hopefully go to college. And I was up for it. Sure, let me sign in, I'm in. And then, yeah, I went into the process of mentorship. I got training from Auntie Aries and Uncle Jay, and they taught me basic skills from listening to playing with kids and all the things I would need to go out there. So the second semester, I was fortunate enough to start mentoring this girl named Jana. So Jana is a little sweetheart. She's very mature for her age. She was a fifth grader at the time. And I saw her once a week for a whole semester. And most of the time, we just sat down and talked. We would talk about her feelings, how her day went, and then, we got to form that relationship with each other. The following year, Jana graduated and she was off to be a middle school, so I was assigned with a different kid named Billy. Unlike Jana, Billy was different. Billy was this little Samoan kid. He was really energetic, pumped, and he wanted to play football and soccer. I don't know how to play football and soccer, but I was up for it and I wanted to really bond with Billy. So we started playing, we would go out and play tag and everything, and just bonding with him for that one whole semester made me realize that spending time with this kid, you never know what kind of kid you're gonna get. You might get a Jana who's more calm, mature, or you might get a Billy who's a little bit more rowdy and energetic. But regardless of the kid that I was chosen to spend time with, I learned that it's really the time of listening and just our presence there that's watering this seed that's in their heart. And fortunately now I'm lucky to still be part of their life in some way. I get to see Jana sometimes, and I just saw her Instagram, and she gives me daily updates. She's doing really well. And I wanted to share that with you because, mentorship is all about listening and just being there, your presence for them. And it's those daily acts of encouragement that really makes a difference in a child's life. And then after I finished mentoring John and Billy, I got the opportunity to be an intern for Auntie Aries for a summer. And then in one of the Sunday sermons that we were doing, we were at around a church in Mililani, and I was just sharing them my experience with mentoring John and Billy. And I asked Uncle Jay, "Oh, Uncle, where is this love coming from?" I really feel a deep sense of connection and love for these children, and I just wanted to know what's going on with me. And then in the middle of the sermon, Uncle Jay took me out and Auntie Aries, and they gave me this little pamphlet, and it says friendship with Christ. And in that time, they shared with me the gospel, and just a couple months after that, I was baptized. So essentially, mentoring these two kids brought me closer to God. And I wanted to share this verse with you. It's Romans 12:8, and it kind of ties in with this whole mentorship. And actually, Uncle Jay shared with me this verse just last week when I got in his car, and it reads, "If we can encourage others, we should encourage them. If we can give, we should be generous. If we are leaders, we should do our best. If we are good to others, we should do it cheerfully." And right now is just the best time to really dwell in this verse because it's 2020, it's a new decade, a new vision, and a new day for us to move forward. And I hope that, we go out there and serve the community, whether it be just as simple as listening to somebody or going out of your way to mentor a kid. Everybody needs a friend and mentorship. And as I go on with this journey with Common Grace, I realize how not just being a mentor, but being mentored by somebody is so important. Right now, I'm being mentored by Uncle Jay and Auntie Aries, and I feel really privileged to learn from them each week. In fact, I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I got from Jay just this couple of weeks that we've been working together. So here's one that stood out to me. He told me, Sofia, be yourself and don't be high maka. And that's so important, more than ever. Just humble yourself, just as God did for us. Number 2, encourage others. And then he followed it by telling me to resist the urge to give out advice. He told me that sometimes people just need an ear, somebody that would listen to them. And then he also told me to don't leave without telling them that you love them. So that goes in with his advice for me with first impressions. How most people want their first impression, want others to feel like you're the big one. Like before I knew this, I would want somebody to think highly of me in some ways. But Jay changed my perspective. Now I want the other person's initial reaction of me so that they would feel loved by my presence for them. And then the third is to be gentle in spirit. We don't know what other people are going through, so that we should be there and just be a conscious, people that would be a reliant for them and to just listen. And that's what a quality mentor does. And by being in the board with Common Grace and Auntie Aries, I feel really fortunate that I could get these quality mentors. And I believe that we are all able to go out there and serve in the different ways and capacity that we can. I believe that we are all teachers, advocates, and encouragers. And if you have the time and you would like to get to know more about Common Grace, please feel free to see Jay and I or Auntie Erin.